This is the quiz that corresponds to the lecture called The Origin of Jazz. Check it out. According to musicologist James Lincoln Collier, what are the three main characteristics of jazz? A. 1 has a smooth, melodious, and personal timbre. 2 favors the major scale. 3 uses straight time. Or B. Has an unusual shrill and personal timbre. 2 favors the blues scale. 3 employs significant amounts of syncopation. Or C. Has a bright, shrill, and anonymous timbre. Favors the bluegrass scale. 3 employs some syncopation. Or D. 1 has an unusual shrill and personal timbre. 2 uses the minor mode. 3 employs significant syncopation. The answer, of course, is B. Jazz has an unusual shrill and personal timbre. It favors the blues scale, and it employs significant amounts of syncopation. Question 2. Music that has multiple simultaneous and incongruous drum patterns is said to be A. Syncopated, B. Multifaceted, C. Polytonal, or D. Polyrhythmic. The answer is D. Music that has multiple simultaneous and incongruous drum patterns is said to be polyrhythmic. Question 3. Which instrument allowed West African people to communicate over long distances? A. The talking drum, B. The trumpet, C. The djembe, or D. The kora. The answer is the talking drum. By manipulating the volume of the talking drum, the instrument can be made to mimic the language of West African people. Question 4. What is the purpose of work songs? A. To keep time while shucking corn, hoeing fields, or swinging a sledgehammer. B. To communicate with people in distant fields. C. To transmit coded messages. Or D. To celebrate religious feelings. The answer is A. The purpose of work songs is to keep time while performing manual labor. Question 5. What are the primary antecedents to jazz? A. Spirituals, minstrel songs, and sea shanties. B. African American folk traditions, ragtime, and brass bands. C. European American folk songs, African American instrumentation, and brass quintets. Or D. Ragtime, work songs, and wind ensembles. The formula for jazz is African American folk traditions plus ragtime plus brass bands equals jazz. Question 6. Where did jazz originate? A. Africa, B. The Caribbean, C. New Orleans, or D. New York City. The answer is C. Jazz originated in New Orleans. Question 7. Who is widely regarded to be the first jazz musician? A. Buddy Bolden, B. Jelly Roll Morton, C. W.C. Handy, or D. Ma Rainey. The answer is Buddy Bolden is widely regarded to be considered the first jazz musician, though there are no recordings of him. Question 8. What is the peculiar rhythmic characteristic of ragtime music? A. It has straight eights instead of swung eights. B. It has heavy, near-ubiquitous syncopation. C. It is always in the minor mode. Or D. It uses the blues scale sparingly. The primary characteristic of ragtime is its near-ubiquitous syncopation. It is syncopation gone mad. Question 9. Jazz is a product of African and Caribbean music traditions. Is that true or false? It's false. Jazz is a product of African and European music traditions. Question 10. A field holler is a kind of religious ritual. Is that true or false? The answer is false. A field holler is a variant on a work song, though it's usually carried on solo, and may have been a form of communication that slaves used between distant fields. Did you keep track of your score? If you got fewer than 8 correct, then go back and review the lecture, and then try the quiz again. Thanks for watching.